Rico Manalo, a 23-year-old jeepney barker from Tondo, lives a life defined by routine, shouting routes, helping passengers climb in, and collecting coins under Manila's scorching sun. But beneath the noise of traffic and engines, Rico carries a secret gift. Whenever the streets grow quieter during late afternoons, he hums old Elvis Presley songs his father used to play from a secondhand radio. His voice, smooth and rich with a deep baritone, floats through the air like a forgotten melody drifting through the city. Most people never stop long enough to listen. Those who do, vendors, drivers, children chasing toy cars, often pause with puzzled smiles. "Parang si Elvis ah," an old vendor once whispered. But Rico always brushed it off, too shy to believe he could sound like a legend. For him, singing was a private memory, a connection to his late father, who taught him, "Can't help falling in love," as a lullaby. One day, while resting beside a jeepney, Rico effortlessly slipped into "Love Me Tender," unaware that a young boy across the street had begun recording him with an old phone. Rico sang with closed eyes, lost in the warmth of the song, unaware that his voice echoed through the alley like something magical. By the next morning, the video had exploded on social media. Thousands of comments poured in. "This guy sounds like Elvis. Please find him. He needs to be on stage." Proud Pinoy moment. Rico woke up confused as neighbors knocked on his door, telling him he had gone viral. He stared at the screen, speechless. Amid the flood of notifications, a single message stood out, an invitation from an AGT Manila talent scout. At that moment, the jeepney barker with a hidden voice realized his life was about to change forever. The AGT Manila 2025 audition venue at the Mall of Asia Arena is buzzing with life. Bright spotlights sweep across the hall, contestants practice in corners, makeup artists rush from one performer to another, and camera crews weave through the chaos capturing behind-the-scenes moments. Amid this storm of confidence and noise stands Rico Manalo, quiet, unsure, clutching his old guitar like a lifeline. He arrived wearing his cleanest shirt, borrowed from his older brother, and a pair of worn slippers. Other contestants sparkle with sequined outfits, polished shoes, and makeup teams. Rico suddenly feels small, almost invisible. He sits on a plastic chair backstage, tapping his trembling foot, replaying the viral video in his head. Do I really sound like Elvis? Or was it just the phone? Doubt creeps in with every breath. A kind staff member notices his shaking hands. "First time?" she asks with a warm smile. He nods. "Just breathe, you're here for a reason." But the reassurance barely settles his racing heartbeat. As Rico waits for his turn, he watches a powerful rock singer finish his audition to loud applause. A dance group follows with a standing ovation backstage. Every cheer chips away at Rico's confidence. He wipes his palms on his jeans, whispering, "Kaya ko, too, for Papa." Finally, a stage assistant calls his name. Rico stands slowly, knees weak, heart pounding like a drum inside his chest. The long hallway to the stage feels like a tunnel, lined with posters of past AGT champions, faces of people who belonged on this kind of stage. Right before stepping into the blinding lights, he takes one deep breath and places his hand over his chest. "For my family, for Papa, and for Elvis." Then he walks out, unsure if he's ready, hoping his voice as Rico steps onto the massive AGT Manila stage. The bright lights hit him like a wave. The audience murmurs, some recognizing the viral Elvis guy, others simply curious about the shy, simple-looking young man standing center stage with a beat-up guitar. The judges sit. Before him, Simon Cowell, arms folded, Angel Locsin, warm but skeptical, and David Foster, studying Rico with a musician's eye. Rico clears his throat, forcing himself to speak. "What will you be performing today?" Angel asks gently. "Elvis Presley Po, Love Me Tender." Simon raises an eyebrow. The room shifts. Singing Elvis, especially claiming to sound like Elvis, is a bold move. Many have tried. Most fail spectacularly. "Okay," Simon says, slightly unimpressed. "Let's hear it." The stage falls silent. Rico strums the opening chord. His hands shake so much he almost misses a note. Then, he sings. The first line floats out, soft and velvety, carrying that unmistakable Elvis warmth. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Angel instinctively covers her mouth. David sits forward, eyebrows lifting in disbelief. Simon's eyes widen. Not exaggerated, not for TV, he is genuinely stunned. Rico continues, his voice gaining strength. Every note lands with effortless precision. His deep baritone fills the arena with a haunting, nostalgic beauty that feels like the king himself has returned, but with a fresh, Filipino soul woven into every breath. Audience members look at each other, whispering, Parang si Elvis talaga. Goosebumps. Grabe, who is this guy? Simon leans back, whispers to Angel, that is unbelievable. Halfway through the song, the audience begins cheering quietly, unable to contain their awe. By the final line, "Love me tender, love me true," the entire arena rises to its feet in a rare mid-performance standing ovation. Rico opens his eyes, stunned. For the first time in his life, he realizes. They're not just hearing Elvis. They're hearing him. As the applause thunders through the arena, Rico lowers his gaze, overwhelmed. He clutches his guitar tightly, but something inside him feels unfinished, like a story still waiting to be told. Angel notices the tremble in his voice as he takes a shaky breath. "Rico," she says softly, "your voice, it carries something deeper. What are you feeling right now?" Rico swallows hard, his throat tightens. Cameras zoom in as his eyes glisten under the blinding stage lights. "May gusto lang po akong sabihin," he begins, voice cracking. "I learned every Elvis song from my father." The audience falls silent. He was a tricycle driver, maharap lang kami. Rico's voice wavers. Every night after his shift, kahit pagod na siya, he would sit sa tabi ko and sing Elvis songs. "Love me tender, can't help falling in love, lahat po." It was our moment. Angel's eyes soften. David Foster nods slowly, sensing the weight behind every word. Rico continues, his voice trembling, "Last year po, he passed away. Heart attack, and he pauses, chest heaving. "I stopped singing for months. But every time I hear Elvis, I feel like my papa's still with me." A wave of emotion sweeps through the room. Audience members wipe their tears. Even Simon looks down briefly, visibly moved. "So when that viral video came out," Rico says, voice breaking, "I didn't expect anything. I just sang the songs he taught me. And today," he gestures at the cheering arena, "I felt like he was here with me again." Angel presses a hand to her heart. David whispers, "That's why your performance felt alive." The judges nod, understanding now. Rico didn't just imitate Elvis. He sang from a place of loss, love, and memory. The arena is still buzzing from Rico's emotional confession. The judges exchange glances, moved, speechless, unsure who should speak first. Then Simon Cowell slowly rises from his seat, surprising everyone. The crowd quiets instantly. "Rico," Simon begins, his voice unusually soft, "I've heard thousands of Elvis performances in my life. Many try to copy him. But you," he gestures toward Rico, "you made us feel why Elvis mattered. You brought heart, pain, and beauty into every note." Rico feels his knees weaken. David Foster leans into his mic next. "You didn't just sound like Elvis," David says, tapping his chest. "You carried his soul, and your father's, with you. That's rare. That's magic." Angel wipes the corner of her eye before speaking. "Your father would be so proud. And every Filipino watching tonight, they're proud too." The audience erupts into cheers, chanting his name. "Rico, Rico, Rico." Rico covers his face, overwhelmed. His chest tightens with gratitude and disbelief. The judges turn to one another again, and then Simon looks toward the golden buzzer glowing in front of him. The crowd senses what's coming. The chants grow louder. "Golden buzzer, golden buzzer." Simon steps forward, pauses in front of Rico, and smiles, a genuine, warm smile rarely seen on the show. "Rico Manalo," he says, "this is your moment." Simon slams the golden buzzer. Time slows. A blast of golden confetti rains down from the ceiling. The audience explodes into cheers, some crying, some shouting Rico's name. Rico falls to his knees as golden light surrounds him. He presses his forehead to the stage, shaking with emotion, clutching his guitar like it's the only thing keeping him grounded. He looks up toward the confetti-filled sky and whispers, "Papa, this is for you."